For 3 days in the beginning of October 2024, Sofia hosted the second edition of the So Alive Music Conference, one of the most significant music events in Southeastern Europe. Gathering over 610 international delegates and featuring more than 36 bands and artists from across the Balkans and beyond, So Alive has firmly established its role in connecting local musical talents with world leaders in the global music industry. With 20 panels, 5 workshops and 36 concerts, the conference has once again highlighted its mission to bridge the gap between the Balkans and the international music scene, fostering dialogue and collaboration between industry professionals, artists and innovators. During the So Alive Music Conference, Balkanika Music Television met with professionals from many countries engaged in different spheres of the music industry.
Hi, I'm KEES van Weijen. I'm from the Netherlands. I just celebrated on the 1st of July that I started 50 years ago in the record industry. I'm working I'm head like Ruth Colavea here. I'm head of all the independent record companies in the Netherlands. I'm executive board member of IMPALA. I'm involved with Dutch music export, and I've got many more hats on my head.
And how are you finding Sofia so far?
Actually, last year was already fantastic. That was the first edition of So Alive Music and Conference. And I just arrived actually from the airport, and it is so nice to be back here, and that in this weather as well.
Yeah, today it's quite okay.
Yes.
But last days it was not very nice. So let's talk about Balkan music. You're a person from another country, and what is your opinion? I know it's a tough question, but what do you think that makes Balkan music unique?
The tough question is not that tough, because the uniqueness indeed of the Balkan territories, and if I may so, I'm involved for the past 10 years to grow this market, and this market is growing very fast. In the rest of Europe we see that the market remains a bit the same, and here we are 23% uplift. What is so special is that, and I'm very happy about it, because in Europe we like the diversity of repertoire, and you have so many local artists and so many local languages. That is not always easy to export, but it is the quality of the Balkans, where you have such a range of various music artists and bands and acts in all genres.
Your organization is doing a lot for promoting Balkan artists, but what do you think that the music industry here in our region should do more for getting more popularity for the Balkan music?
The thing is that, as I just said, I'm 10 years already working in this area, and 7 years ago in the former Yugoslavia we started Runda. Last year we started here the organization headed of the independent record companies. If I'm not mistaken, ANPI? Am I? Maybe I'm mixing. ANIMP, that's it. The I was in there, ANIMP. And I'm in the board of advisors. I'm that at Runda as well, in Serbia, but all the territories. So I'm traveling a lot to these markets. I've learned so much about the great talent you have here. And so the growth is really imminent. And if the record labels would join these kind of organizations with Runda in this area, not in Bulgaria, but in that area. They started with 7 record companies. We're now with 67 record companies. So if you then have more members, you can make a fist to the government, to the Ministry of Culture. You are a speaking partner. Then what we need is more, let's say, funds. I'm not saying we're always asking for money, but it's good to have to export your music as well. The the Balkans music. So you need to have some funds to be able to send the band to Hamburg, to the Reeperbahn Festival, or to come to Groningen, to Eurosonic Noorderslag, which is the biggest showcase festival in Europe. I mean, the bands can't pay that on their own. So you need an export office, you need a good organization of record companies, independent record labels, which you have now here. And talking with Ruth last week in Belgrade, it's growing.
And do you think that it's important for the government to help to these artists or the growth of these artists?
Listen, I try to keep the smile off my face, but that is imminent. That is so important. Once the government, like the Dutch government, like in England, like in all those territories, you have offices and helping people. So it's part of your culture. So the culture, we have to save the culture in this region as well. And not only English music, yeah, or American music. We need to have your language, your music, your different styles, as I earlier said, and that is the most important thing. So please, government, also in this country, help the music industry and the creators.
And do you consider coming back in Bulgaria for future events besides this conference?
Absolutely. And the reason is that, as I said, I'm so enthusiastic about the region here. And I'm very proud of that. I received a prize last week in Belgrade for my special merit award for my activities in this region. So that's why I'm here. I'm in Zagreb soon. I was in Bucharest a couple of weeks ago. So I come to the region to learn, not to say how you have to do it. No, let's together develop a new music market.
And what do you think is the most strange feature of the Balkan people? Because you said you are here so many years. What seems more strange to you?
What I am encouraging, because I'm a teacher at the Rock Academy in the Netherlands as well, is don't be shy. Be proud of what you're doing and follow your dream. So any artist, any creative person will not be successful with the first time they come out, and they will bump their head. Even if you do that 3 or 4 times, that is not important. You learned from it. So follow your dream, keep creating new music and new talent, and that is what we need in the business.
So we have to be more self-confident.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that is not existing at the moment, but people, artists, come on, be proud of what you're doing. Yeah, and try to get the radio stations following you, and not only that Anglo-American repertoire. Be proud also in the media about the music which is made in this region.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, and I'm glad that you asked me.